Hey there guys, my name is Yellow and welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be showing you why getting a macOS virtual machine is a really dumb decision. Alright, so as you see here, I am running macOS Mavericks. This is a virtual machine, so just for your info, this is not the latest version of macOS, obviously. This came out in 2013. It was the last version of macOS that had this, like, 3D glossy kind of, look to it before it moved on to the more modern flat version. Now, you might be wondering, why am I running such an old version of macOS? Very simple. While it is possible to get modern versions of macOS running in a virtual machine, I've tried it. The performance is so bad, it's almost unusable on the machine, and then as soon as I turn the machine off and I turn it back on again, it wouldn't boot anymore. So yeah, this is the only one that allows me to boot up, and the performance still is almost unusable, and I'll get to that in a bit. So, talking about performance, now, there's a lot of reasons why you would want to, use a virtual machine. So, like, let's say if you wanted to, test this something, you didn't trust a program and you wanted to see if it was a virus, or you want to use a different operating system because the operating system that you're running, it can't run a certain program or whatever. There's a lot of reasons, but, why would I buy a Mac when I can just run a macOS virtual machine? And I understand where they're coming from, but it completely doesn't work. So, just to show you how bad this is, let me open up the launchpad here, okay? Alrighty, the mouse isn't moving fast. Open up the launchpad here. I've already clicked on it. Okay, look at this animation. This is the worst animation I've seen. It's completely glitches out the screen. And then look at that fading out animation. My god. And then as well, let's say, let's find about my Mac. I'm curious, what's up with this Mac? What specs does it have? Oh no, it's not opening. Oh no, what happened to my screen? The operating system literally crashes. That's not good. Alright, so I'm back on the desktop here now, and everything, looks like it should be. Anyway, now, this is running a custom version of macOS, new-ish macOS, obviously, because normal ones don't actually work with VirtualBox. You have to have like a Hackintosh type thing. But anyway, let's say, okay, well, I want to download like a program because I need to do this. So let's open up Firefox. Let's say, I want to also browse some stuff, like see what this computer is handled. Let me show you how fast I can break this computer. Okay, Firefox isn't even opening. Hello, do you want to open? Here we go. Okay, so, the opening fast, it wasn't that bad. So as you see, I've already done some stuff here. So, let's just say, I want to listen to some music while I'm figuring out my home security problem. So let's say I'm gonna go straight to this music link while I'm going to go here. I want to go home security automation. By the way, I'm not sponsored by these people at all. I'd be happy to sponsor with them. Not sponsored with them at all. And then let's say, I really like Apple, so let's browse some Apple products, okay? And I'm also a Facebook person, so yeah, let's go to Facebook. And because I'm here, I might as well also, Apple iPhone SE, yeah, great, I want to buy it, okay? While we're here, let's also just let's go to Cool Math Games. So, let's play a game on Cool Math Games as well. And as you see here, the system is coming painfully slow. And one extra bonus that you get with this virtual machine experience is when I click play here, not only is the play bar completely glitched out, I think that's just it being weird. You see how there's sound here, but there's no sound coming out. That's because sound doesn't work on these virtual machines. While there might be music playing, guess what? No sound for it. Now, some of you guys may call this, that test unfair. Well, people don't use their virtual machines to look at hundreds of tabs. And, well, why would they? They've got their own machine to do that. But I'm going to show you why this is so ridiculous. Now, as you see here, this is not a new version of macOS. And the only reason why I'm running this version of macOS is because it's the only one that works. Trust me, try the other ones. Not only that, if you haven't noticed already, I don't know how I've not addressed this, but the actual screen resolution, you can't put it up to 1080p. it is possible with some tweaking around, but other than that, it's impossible to get it up to 1080p. It's in this like really weird aspect ratio, and it's, as you see here, if I open up my system preferences, if I go to displays, it's scaled at 1024 by 768, not 20 by 1080. That's definitely not my display either. Anyway, enough about that. Let's say, okay, that's not really fair because I really want to get some apps done. Well, there's two things you'll come across. Either the app is not supported because, well, this is such an old, operating system. It's the only one that really works with virtual machines. Or, let's say iMovie, because this actually you can still download for this older system. Let's say you want to get iMovie. Well, guess what? Almost every app that's compatible with this, it will either say this: we cannot complete your purchase. Your computer's video card does not meet the recommended system requirements. Minimum system requirements. And this is the exact reason why basically this thing is useless. You cannot download apps on this thing. It just says this, or it either says this. It says, we cannot complete your purchase because it's not on the new version of macOS, but you can't install the newer version of macOS because it's unstable. So, in a turn, it's completely useless. Unless you wanted to use native apps. Now, I can understand the reason why someone would want to do this, like App Store on, not App Store, what am I on? Like FaceTime on their Windows PC. I mean, that would make a lot of sense, right? I don't need to buy it. I don't want to really use my phone to make a FaceTime call, so I might as well just download a VM on my PC, and I'll be able to use FaceTime, right? Unfortunately, that's where you come wrong. Now, if I try to open up FaceTime here, you'll notice that there is no camera available, even if you have a camera connected. That's because these virtual machines, they're not they're basically Hackintoshes, if you know what a Hackintosh is, which I'm assuming you probably do. Anyway, and only some hardware works. The only apps natively that works on this, which I've tested, is Contacts, Calendar, Notes, Messages, and App Store, and iTunes. And these basically run all extremely bad except Notes. But let's say, okay, I want to use iTunes, so let's open this up. And I also forgot an app, sorry. The only app that actually works well on here is Preview, which is just an image viewer or a PDF viewer. That's the only app that really works. Now, if you go on iTunes here, and you click on go to the iTunes store, not only is it completely broken because it's such an old version of macOS, it's pretty slow as well. Like, normally, back in the day, you'd have, different artists' album cover here with, recommended music. Now it's just, it's Apple Music and BTS, apparently. And as well, if you try and scroll down here, let's check out this new music. I really love this new music here. Apple Music, wow, that's some good new music. And there's also, the things are all completely messed up as well. Anyway, but if you want to have iTunes on here, I don't know why, because you can get iTunes on, Windows. It might not be that great, but heck, you can still do that, and this is such an old version of iTunes anyway. Anyway, enough from that. That's basically the reason why you should not use macOS on a virtual machine. Not only can you not run newer versions, and you're stuck with this really old, out-of-date one, the performance is horrible. It's basically unusable. Like I said, look at this animation. That's horrific. It's literally like someone died. Now, if you're wondering why there's all these applications here, it came with because this is actually not an official ISO. This is a custom one. It came with that. The only apps that work, like I said, are basically those. And, of course, a few other ones, like Calculator or whatever, which is obvious. What's 0 divided by 0? Oh, never mind, it's just not a number, okay. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you now understand why you cannot run a macOS virtual machine, and it's quite simple. Now, if you're wondering, well, I still want to use macOS, how can I do it? And there's two ways. One, buy an older Mac on eBay or whatever, like a MacBook Pro, an older one, like a 2010 or a 2011. They might not be running the latest version of macOS, but they still will probably work with what you want to do. And they're also upgradable because they're older machines. Or a second option, which I have linked up in the cards right now, is the method that Linus Tech Tips used, and it's basically how to get a Hackintosh on any PC, and it requires Linux. However, if you've never used Linux before, it's actually very easy to get through with it, and you don't have to keep Linux after, you can just throw it away after. And you'll be able to run macOS on literally any machine, and it'll be way better than this, and it'll also be the latest version, so great. Other than that, that's basically the only options. Unless you want to build a custom Hackintosh, which is either really expensive and dodgy, and will probably break, but hey, that's your choice. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Now obviously, I actually did intend another video like last week, however, I still cannot get the footage off of it, so I think that video is probably gonna be scrapped. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. Please smash that like button, hit subscribe, join my Discord server, and follow me on Twitter. And yeah, that's basically it. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.